Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at another power tool, the Milwaukee M18 Compact Brushless half-inch drill driver, product number 2801. Milwaukee is famous for being a symbol of quality, one of the biggest names in the game. As many of you will know, that often comes with a hefty price tag, with this drill coming in at $150 with a 2Ah battery and charger. That's certainly on the upper end of compact drills, so let's see how it stands up to all the hype. First, starting with the box, aside from the drill itself, you'll get a nice soft folding bag, along with a pre-installed belt clip, some literature, and a 5-year warranty. As we mentioned before, you'll also be getting a 2Ah M18 battery with a fast charger that can also charge M12s. The included belt clip feels nice and high quality with a gorgeous looking finish, but unfortunately the screw is made of a very soft metal. I immediately stripped out the head trying to remove it, so my belt clip is now a permanent one. That being said, I don't have an impact driver, so that may help you remove it. Taking a look at the battery, it has a super convenient charge indicator with just the click of a button. Being just 2Ah, it is very compact, but of course the drill is compatible with the whole line of M18 batteries, so you have a lot of options there in terms of size and capacity. Charging is also fast and intuitive with the included charger. To attach or remove the battery, simply squeeze the black tabs. As others have noted, Milwaukee has some of the best built batteries out there internally, but that also means the batteries are very expensive, although not necessarily more so than the competitors like DeWalt or Makita. Externally, these are also champs, with the nice hefty rubber bumper on the bottom, both for grip and to protect from drops. The build quality of the tool itself, as you can expect from Milwaukee, is very good. The red plastic body is made of glass fiber reinforced nylon, complemented by black rubberized overmolding for grip and comfort. The contrast and design makes this a really gorgeous looking and feeling drill in the hand. It has a nice heft to it in terms of feel, but it is actually quite light, coming in at just 3.4 pounds with the included 2Ah battery, minimizing user fatigue. Being a compact drill, it is also very small, measuring just 6.5 inches in length, great for getting into tight spaces. As you can see, there are a few fairly small vents at the back for cooling, along with a nice chunk of metal which also helps for heat dissipation. In terms of lighting, this drill comes with a single white LED light, placed just above the trigger. It is nice and bright, but the positioning is not ideal as the chuck tends to cast a big shadow on the work area, but it's certainly better than nothing. It also has a built-in delay off timer that keeps it on after the trigger is released, for about 10 seconds. Moving back up now to our clutch mechanism, we can see that it has 19 positions. The markings are nice and clear, and the mechanism feels nice and tight. As expected, the clutch ring itself is plastic, but the internal mechanism is all metal. Moving to the front now, this drill features a nice all-metal keyless ratcheting chuck. It has a 1/2 inch diameter and is nice and smooth to tighten, and I've had no real issues with it. It features some light serrations for grip, and oddly, when I spin the drill, the serrations don't seem to be properly aligned with the actual chuck itself. That being said, as far as I can tell, it has not affected the actual performance of the drill, as the chuck as a whole does seem to be properly centered. Now to the user interface, if you will, the switches. Unlike the Cobalt drill I reviewed previously, all of the switches in this one feel really nice and precise. The trigger, forward reverse switch, and speed selector all have very little play and feel nice and crisp. The trigger is, as you would expect, variable speed, and is also directly linked to that work light. On to the exciting part, performance. This drill has a 2-speed all-metal gearbox. Speed 1 goes up to 500 RPM, no load speed of course, allowing you to access all of the 500 inch-pounds of peak torque. Speed 2 goes up to 1800 RPM for high-speed drilling, but with a sacrifice in torque. That being said, I have yet to find a need to change the Speed 1 for torque, as the torque in Speed 2 is still very good. These numbers are very good for the class, and Milwaukee has always been an industry leader in power. Again, keep in mind this is a compact drill. Sure, the Cobalt had more power, but it was also much bulkier in pretty much every way, so it really depends on your personal needs. All of this is powered by a nice brushless motor for longer life and better efficiency. The motor sounds really nice and precise, if you will. However, as has been a problem on many Milwaukee brushless tools, it does seem to have this little high-pitched whine that may take some getting used to. Like you'd expect, this drill also features a nice speedy e-brake. Now let's have some fun and run some tests to get some holes drilled. Alright, so we're going to start with a speed test here on some 3/4 inch aluminum. Going to be drilling a 1/2 inch hole with this DeWalt titanium coated bit. So let's get started. And this will be done on speed 2. As you can probably see, hopefully, we have 4 bars of battery. So let's get to it. Oh, there will be no pilot hole, but we are going to center punch it. So let's just go right there. That didn't do very well. Okay. There we go, finally. So yeah, that took a lot of effort. But of course that's not the drill's fault, that's because I'm weak. Now we're gonna move on to wood. Alrighty, so our drill got a little bit warm, but it's actually quite cool for what it did. And we are down to 3 bars of battery. But we're gonna keep going, because 3 bars is still plenty. So we are gonna chuck up this 1-inch spade bit now. This thing is actually brand new, never been used. That being said, it's not a terribly high quality bit, but it'll get the job done nice and sharp. We've got 3/4 inch wood here, just standard 2x4. 2x4, I meant 1x4. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. So first on speed 2, you can see high speed. Should not be a problem. Again, it's a 1-inch spade bit. So we're gonna start up here. Alright, so that tore through like butter. Now let's take a look at speed 1. Again, clearly we don't need speed 1 here, because I mean that just tore through it. But if you want more torque, let's get an idea of what kind of speeds we'll be getting. So here's, in comparison, speed 1. Alright, so as you can see, significantly slower, but at the same time, again, that's for high torque applications where speed 2 can't handle it. So they both have their place, and even speed 1 is still quite fast. Alright, now we're gonna drive some screws. We're gonna kind of start small here with these. Self-drilling, number 6 by 1/2 inch. So we're actually gonna drill them into this piece of aluminum. This is about, oh gosh, I think 16th inch aluminum, and then it's backed by pine board. So we're gonna see how this goes. It should be no problem. We're gonna put it on the clutch, of course, and punch a few starting points. And my punch is not working. Okay, my punch doesn't want to work. That's fine, we'll just do 2. Here is what they look like. Focus. There we go. Let's get to it. Looks like I got to take my clutch down, that just stripped it out. Of course, a lot of these driving tasks are going to be better done with the impact driver. But this is also certainly capable, and looks like our board's a bit too soft with stripping them out, but that's okay. Let's try one more. I'll take the clutch all the way down to 1. There we go. So, if we take the clutch down to 1, it works just fine. Now we're gonna move on to something larger. Alrighty, so now moving up in size, we got another 8 by 1 3/4 zinc plated construction screw. And we have it on the clutch again. I'm gonna try not to split this board, but we're gonna see what happens. I've just jerry-rigged a bunch of pine boards together. But yeah, that is absolutely no problem for this drill. We're gonna put it up a bit on the clutch. You can see very fast, no problems there. So after all of that drilling, that driving, driving those big bolts and the construction screws, we're down to 2 bars of battery from 4. Now this is kind of to be expected from an 18 volt 2 amp hour battery, because the power density in these things are not very high. Or not density, but just the power in general. Because if you take something like the cobalt drill, the 24 volt, because the voltage is so much higher, it's also 2 amp hours, the actual amount of power stored is much higher in that drill. So it makes sense that that had a longer battery life. This battery life is definitely still good enough, and the batteries are expensive. That is a problem you will have to consider. But again, these are pretty small batteries, it's to be expected. And the charges on these are lightning fast. Like, they are just incredibly fast. So honestly, it should not be a problem. And for any of you pros out there, which I am certainly far from, I'm sure you guys will have plenty of batteries anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this on the charger. We're gonna go wrap it up. Time to wrap things up. Overall, as you can probably tell, this is truly an excellent drill, leading its class in quality and performance. As a compact drill, it has impressive power in a tiny package. Are there better value drills out there? Likely, yes. Something like the Cobalt has a much better power to price ratio. However, with that, you're sacrificing some of the finer details of both internal and external quality, size, and durability. Going down even lower into something like Ryobi, you're also missing out on quite a bit of performance, albeit at a much lower price. But not everyone needs a drill this good. It's ultimately your choice between this and something cheaper in terms of what best suits your needs and best fits your budget. If you want the best of the best, then look no farther. You won't be disappointed, although your wallet may be. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.